What is good, you fine folks? It is the KOA podcast. I am Sasuke the Savage. He is everything animated. What is good with you fine folks tonight?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the King of Anime podcast. This week, we have a lot of shows ending. We're going to be discussing the last 3 episodes of Blue Gender. We're going to be discussing the last episode of Akane-Banashi.
Mm-hmm.
And also which Atelier has ended.
Yes.
We will, however, also be talking about shows that are still ongoing, which is Marriagetoxin. That's still got a couple episodes left. And Daemons of the Shadow Realm, because it is 24 episodes, which means it's going to bleed into the summer 2026. Wow, years going by. Season. And yeah, so it'll actually end in the summertime and not the spring. So that's your lineup for this evening.
Yep.
How you doing, Sasuke?
I am doing well. You were with me yesterday for the the 4th installment of the anime openers tournament. That was pretty fun. Yeah. Next one should be even better. I feel like it's just going to get better and better. And you know, it's going to get more competitive, at least with people wanting certain openings and whatnot. But that's been a fun process. Aside from that, I've been getting into the swing of things back with YouTube, doing or editing my live reactions for Hunter x Hunter, because I've had these reactions recorded 2 years ago when I first reacted to the chapters, but it was about 4 live reactions I got really burnt out with, and I didn't edit those and put it on YouTube. So with Hunter x Hunter coming back, which I mean, that might as well just be part of the news. Hunter x Hunter is back. It is going to release a chapter this coming Sunday, so I will be locked in and tuned in for that. But yeah, with it coming back, I decided I'm gonna, tie up some loose ends and upload these live reactions to YouTube. And yeah, and then started another journey with this batch of releases.
Well, nice. Definitely looking forward to that, because I know that's kind of something that you're famous for, the Hunter x Hunter reviews and whatnot on your channel. As for me, nothing like as far as like me per se, just same shit, different day. But if you're in the know when it comes to the state of Arizona, my fellow Arizonans, we finally have a Buc-ee's that opened up today.
Okay.
And everybody's been going crazy for it. I've only ever heard of Buc-ee's. I know it's kind of like something that started out in Texas, and it's been slowly branching out. It's basically a convenience store, but it's like the size of Walmart. It's huge. It's got 120 gas pumps, big giant fucking parking lots.
Jesus.
And they're apparently famous for their barbecue and jerky and all kinds of other things, and also being known as being very cleanly, like one of the cleanest convenient store places you'll ever go to, bathrooms, wherever. And they also have like a mascot, which is like a little Bucky gopher. That's essentially what they're famous for. And I'm going to be trying them out. I obviously didn't want to go today because people, I kid you not, Sasuke, were camping out the night before just to even get inside. And I'm just like, I think I'm going to wait.
Yeah. Anytime there's some new big thing, it doesn't matter what it is, there's going to be people camping outside for it.
Oh, for sure. And especially with a name like Buc-ee's, where it's got like an attachment to it and people are like usually like huge fans of it. They're just like, yeah, this place is good. So I give it a couple weeks before I myself go over there, because It's in Arizona. It's in Goodyear, basically outside of Phoenix and whatever. So, yeah, I'll check it out. And once I do, I'll have a review. I definitely want to try their chopped brisket sandwich. They make the brisket right then and there. Like you see a guy just like cutting it up and like chopping it up, putting the sauce and putting it in and wrapping it up and putting it on the conveyor belts and everything. And I'm just like, I don't know what this place is, but I want more of it. I want to know what this place is. So I'll go inside and give you guys a grand tour when that happens.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I think we should just get right into the swing of things and make everybody miserable, as we always do with this section.
Yeah, let's all go ahead and get you fucking upset.
Now let's get ready for the KOA.
It's Miracle!
So, AI bros, we got some good news for you guys. You did it. With your contribution to the world, to the community, to the tech community at large, we got the Steam machine, and we have a price point for it now.
God,
ready for this?
I'm so excited.
Ready for this?
I'm ready.
So, for the basically the base package, 512 gigabytes, you're out of $1,000.
Oh.
And that's with no controller, by the way. I don't even know what to say about that. That's absolutely, for a console that's weaker than like a PlayStation, costs more, doesn't come with a controller. Why? I know the why of it, but it's still
right.
Nah. This is just no.
I mean, I was convinced that maybe these things were going to be like $650, maybe even $750. And I was thinking an alternative to your computer, plus you have your Steam library, and you can kind of like plug it into any TV. I could see maybe possibly doing that. But then when I saw the prices, I was like, $1,000? And that's just for the cheapest one. And like you said, Sasuke, no controller.
No controller.
The controller itself is $100.
I don't even understand how you could have a basic package that doesn't come with a controller. I haven't heard of anything like that personally.
Right? I mean, what are you supposed to do when you hook it up? Just stare at it? Oh, that looks good. I wish I could fucking plug something in and play it.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. And 512 gigabytes, is it a lot? It's
not for these games anymore.
Yeah, it's not a lot. So yeah, again, that being a basic package, $1,000 is absolutely insanity.
Yeah, that's a shame. When I saw that today, I was like, ooh, we finally get the pricing. Oh, basically the same price as if you were to buy a maybe not super jacked computer. Honestly, you could pay less for a computer and you could probably get more out of it.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
The thing is I could still see the use of a console because it's more portable than a PC. When you have a PC, it's going to be locked into place. You're not going to be moving your PC. You can probably get a gaming laptop, but I don't know like how viable that is. But yeah, 100%. If you're looking to get this thing, if you have the space for it, just get you a gaming PC. I spent like $2,000 on mine. But it's lasted me for when did I get it? I want to say I got it 4 years ago. Been doing all my streaming on it, doing some gaming on it. I can emulate a whole bunch of shit if I want to. So this is my Steam machine, and I feel like it's more than earned the money that I paid for it. I 100% just buy a PC. I think it's much more worth it.
Agreed. I agree. I've had my PC a little over 9 years now, and I'm still like, I definitely need an upgrade. But the fact that it's lasted this long and I could still play some of the new games, not all of them, but just some, and it still looks pretty decent. I mean, in the long run, it paid for itself for sure. But now I need to upgrade some things. I need a GPU. I need a motherboard upgrade. I just need to upgrade the whole thing, to be quite honest.
Well, I mean, that's the good thing about it. If you just need the parts, you can just upgrade. You just upgrade those parts. You don't have to buy a whole new PC.
Yep, because I got the case right here. I have the storage and everything else. It's just a matter of just plugging and playing, so to speak. So
yeah,
all in all, not bad.
Yeah, sure. You want to get the next one?
Yeah, I'll do it. We'll be talking about this show later, but good news out of the failure that was the Steam machine. Akane-Banashi has been confirmed to have a season 2 release, and it's coming out winter of 2027. So, congratulations, Satsuki. You picked a show that people are interested in seeing more of. So,
yeah,
hey, that's awesome.
Akane Styles did it, I guess.
the thighs that they wanted to be crushed by,
Yep.
apparently.
So,
I would have never have guessed, but people will they will goon to anything if they find it.
yeah. So, EA, did you know about this? Higurashi is getting a new anime.
Thought I heard about that yesterday when we were doing the OPs. That is crazy that it's getting a new anime, because I think I even said this yesterday, but I'll say it again. They just need to leave that series alone, because I think the first 2 parts are amazing. Higurashi, and then like the second part, I think it's called like Higurashi Koni or something, whatever it is. Where basically, because the first half is just all the crazy fucked up shit, and you're just like, what the fuck is happening? And then the second part is, oh, this explains why it's happening, because it's through the point of view of Rika and everything. But those 2 are perfect. They should leave it alone. Should have left it alone after that, but I don't know what else they're going to be doing, because I saw that new one that like the first episode of that new one. It looked great. It was beautiful to look at, but it was basically a retread of what we already saw. But I didn't watch the end like you did, where was the epic Dragon Ball fight.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to do her homework.
The two, because it was Higurashi Go and it was Higurashi Sotsu, and that was basically centered around Satoko and Rika. But
yeah,
I don't know if that was just a part of one of the routes within Higurashi, because Higurashi is
maybe
a visual novel, so it's one of those where you have a whole bunch of different routes you can go to. So the Higurashi as we know it, the one that we hold near and dear to our heart, may just be one of the routes that, maybe is a true route or whatever it may be. But
maybe,
yeah, I mean, this could be interesting. I'm hoping that they got the bad out the way with Go and Sotsu. I will give it a try, just because if they remade Higurashi doing the story that the first one did, and it just had the newer animation and art, I'll be fine with it. The key animation, the key art for this new Higurashi, apparently it looks really good, actually.
Yeah.
It's I'll show you a picture, but it looks pretty haunting. Right. I'm like, this looks like something that they should have did with Go and Sotsu. Go wasn't actually that bad, but it wasn't as great as the first Igarashi.
Oh wow.
But that's how it looks.
Yeah. Yeah, that does look good. Oh, she always knows how to look creepy, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She's always just the whole innocent, and then she comes at you with that machete, and you're just like, I don't like where this is going.
Aren't you going to eat the rice ball?
Oh, that rice bowl scene was fucking crazy, and he's just like, and it's just like full of fucking like needles. Oh, that always creeped me out. That and oh yeah, that one too, where Rika wanted a way out and said, I ain't gonna put up with this. Takes the fucking knife and just stabs her own head to it, and fucking Shion's just laughing. That's an iconic scene. I love that scene.
It is.
Oh.
But yeah. I am I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of looking forward to it, but I'm doing it with some hesitation.
Right. You're kind of like going in with low expectations. You're not expecting much.
Yeah.
I'm not because the bar's been set so low.
Yeah. I'm not going in as bright eyed as I was with Go and Sotsu, because with that, I was really excited for it. And then I got to the end of it and I was like, wow, this is like one of the worst things I watched.
Yeah. I just remember the thing you showed me. That's all I could take was that. I don't know how long that clip was that you sent me, but I was like, this is not real. And you're like, yep, this is how it ended. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That is so bad. But Deathstroke, hello, welcome on in. He basically says, one of these days, whenever you guys are bored, you need to see Chainsaw Man Rise arc the movie. It's absolutely poetry, but basically saying that it's good and everything. Just want to let you know, Deathstroke fanboy, I did watch it. Sasuke, I don't know if did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch it.
I didn't think so, but he did read it. I know that.
Yeah.
But I did watch it. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. So if you're watching this now, just know that I thought it was pretty good. I actually like this movie better than Demon Slayer movie, because it was basically part one of a trilogy, and sometimes that could put a damper on stuff. I just thought the pacing was really slow with the Demon Slayer movie versus, the Rise arc movie, which I thought was a perfect, it flowed so much better, and it was really well done.
Yeah, you're not the first person I heard say that about the Demon Slayer movie. I haven't seen it for myself, but like I said, I've heard the same criticism. I knew the Chainsaw Man movie was going to be good just because it adapting a whole arc. I thought that arc was perfect for a movie. So, yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job with it. So there's your answer, Deathstroke. I saw it. Sasuke didn't, but he did read the manga. But it's pretty good. Pretty good. I definitely recommend it.
Well, do you got any more news?
No, I don't have any more news.
Okay. Let's move on to our first show of the night. Let's see. It's not on here on the screen, but the first show we're talking about is Blue Gender, the finale, episodes 24 through 26. And maybe we'll talk a little bit about Blue Gender, the Warrior as well. We'll see how it flows, but episode 24. So we were wondering what direction this series was going to go after basically the main antagonist Tony got taken out. And I think I said that, okay, they're probably going to try to reclaim Earth, and there's going to be a lot of infighting because they're, humanity it always happens. I was kind of right about the second part, but definitely not about the first part, because Miyagi pretty much frame one just goes, yeah, we don't want to go back to Earth. We're done fighting.
screw you guys, I'm going home. That's essentially what it was. It's like, wait a minute, but don't we have to? Nope. But all those blue, they're still attacking.
Nah.
Let them figure it out.
Yeah. It's theirs now.
They can have it. We're just gonna stay up on this ship and live the rest of our days on this ship, like Wally. You know, we're gonna be just like them.
And I have I guess I might as well go here because, you know, he has the speech essentially regurgitating the things that Tony already stated, which is that the Earth is essentially purging humanity. They see humans as a blight to Earth, so they use the blue to exterminate us and basically just set a reset. And you know, everybody's cheering him on. He's like, yeah, fuck Earth. Let's just rebuild on here. And, you know, it sounds good for the most part. But then we focus on our favorite soldier, Amick. And she orchestrates one of the easiest prison breaks I've seen in the history of media. She hides behind the door. The soldier opens the door. She ambushes the soldier, takes his weapon, and then escapes, and then frees some other people, or another guy, I should say.
I mean, they don't have like other soldiers patrolling the area. They don't have, you know, security cameras. They don't have anything like that. It's just straight up. Hey, you got your food here. Huh? Where'd she go? I don't know where she. So bad.
Yeah.
It is so bad. It's so just, yeah, like, I don't know. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, they just had to move things along. But after she escapes, she takes one of the shuttles and is like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm going back on Earth because I want to retake it because I can't live on here. And she raises some good points. She goes, you don't have enough resources to maintain Second Earth. You can't. This isn't going to work. You're essentially giving up. So she's like, no, I'm going to fight the blue on Earth, even if it kills me. I'd rather die fighting. And he's like, let her go. And so she goes. We never see that character again. By the way, that's it.
That is the last time we see this character. She could have. She probably crash landed into the ocean or something. We didn't even get killed by the blue. Literally, probably died because she didn't put it in park or something.
Yeah, no clue what happened to that character, but yeah, she's out of the picture. And then this is when Yuji. I already say he was losing me with the whole Alice and Tony thing, but he really just lost me with these episodes because he starts getting mad at Miyake for letting Amick go and says that he's essentially letting her die. And my whole thing was, well, I guess, but what was the alternative? Keep like imprisoning her and like doing what he was already doing? I mean, he did imprison her and try to keep her here, but she broke out and said, I want to go to Earth. So what did you want him to do? Like, take away her free will? I didn't really understand.
Convince her to stay? Really that bad up here? I mean, come on. Amick, we got presents.
Amick, I love you. Please stay.
Remember that one time that you grabbed my ass? Oh, wait, no, that was Rick. That was Rick. My bad.
Rick.
Rest in peace, Rick. God, they did you dirty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I thought that whole thing was highly illogical because it's just like, what are you gonna do? Force her to stay? If she doesn't want to be there, she doesn't want to be there. Just go. I agree. I don't understand these people that, if they're unhappy, they need to go. And then usually gets mad at him again because, she frees somebody else that was in the prison cell. Basically, what was his name? Doug. That was his name, Doug. Doug was like, well, first of all, Doug is the same VA as Oolong from Dragon Ball Z. He's always, hey, let me out.
Yeah.
Let me out. I'll let you go, please. And she's just like, that's a good point. Yeah, go ahead. And what does he do? He stupidly just no stealth moves, no nothing, just announces himself and says, I'm going to shoot you. This is for your traitor's actions here. And then just dies because Miyagi shot him. And then Yuji was like, what the hell, man? Why did you kill him?
Yes. I don't get it. They turn him into like Vash the Stampede with him mourning every loss of life. I'm like, but you didn't react this way to every single death that you've seen. Like now he's treated as if there's no concept of self-defense or anything of the sort. He's looking at things very black and white. You killed that person, you're a murderer. And I'm like, this dude had him at gunpoint and was threatening to shoot him. Of course he would kill him in that situation. I'm not even saying you had to like it, but you would understand it normally.
Right. That's usually how it goes. I'm going to kill you. Oh, okay. I'll defend myself if you try to kill me. What are you going to do? Oh, well, you got the drop on me. Go ahead and shoot me then, you old rascal.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess he wanted him to do the same thing that Yuji did with Alice, which is nothing. I don't know. Just allow him to kill him.
He even mourns her in this episode.
Alice.
Not Tony. Not fucking Rick. Her, which I know we're saying Alice, her name's Alicia, but I mean,
same difference.
Start with an A, very forgettable. It's no big deal. Alice, Alicia, honestly, could be the same fucking person. But yeah, mourns her loss. Has her little. I'm convinced at this point. He loved her in some sort of weird, sick, twisted way.
I guess so. And I thought maybe the movie was gonna do something more with that, but
oh my god, was she even in that movie?
Listen, I didn't even watch it. I skimmed through. I just skimmed through, and we're going to talk about that more because that's more like us getting to the ending part of it. But let's just say the movie did not do anything that I thought that maybe they would have did with her character. Like she's as bad as I thought she was, as far as like her relevance in the story and her dynamic with Yuji not being explored much at all. It just feels like it feels like there's lore behind it that they never shown. But we saw some of the people and this kind of went nowhere because Yuji was bench pressing and there was some people who were trying to get into the weight room and they're like, ugh, he's a sleeper, and they got out of there. I guess it lended to the whole plot of Yuji trying to find a purpose because he felt isolated, not being a soldier that was fighting blue anymore because of Miyagi's prerogative. I guess that was the point. But it pretty much ends with, all right, Yuji's like, I need to find myself, so let's go to Earth. And Marlene's like, yes, bro, I'll follow you anywhere. And
then she spreads. It was just so random. It was just like, all right, I'll follow you to the ends of the earth. Boing, boing, boing.
Yeah. So, yeah, Yuji and Marlene head to Earth so Yuji can find his purpose, and go to episode 25, and this one was really simple.
Very simple.
We are with Yuji, Marlene, and some extras. Only one of them has a name, and his name
What
is
do you
Ted.
mean? Ted's always been there from the beginning.
Ted from Texas, who lives on a ranch. And yes, I memorized that just because it just felt so random. I was like, what the fuck is this? Who is this? Is he supposed to be important now? But I guess they're trying to emotionally manipulate us for later in the episode. Or
But Sasuke, he's always been there. This is a guy. Look, his name's Ted. He comes from Texas. Sometimes his nickname was Tex, and he owns a ranch. Nothing so stereotypical about that whatsoever.
You gave our money to Ted. He's a more memorable Ted. But yeah, we're this is our new team, and we're living on Earth. We're integrating with everybody who stayed on there, and making relations with soldiers and everybody who stayed on Earth not so bad. Living a normal life for like 3 months. We find out that all the blue are mass migrating to South America. Why South America? Not sure. I don't know if they wanted some of those big booty Brazilian women. I don't know what the hell was in South America specifically, but they all go to South America.
The weather was nice this time of year.
I guess so. Yeah, they went there for a nice vacay, and yeah, they all go there for some reason. We don't know what's going on. Everybody, Yuji, Marlene, they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on because they aren't being attacked by the blue. They're just migrating. And they stumble upon this pathway to go into this cave, and they see that the blue are like almost fossilized. And they come up with the idea that essentially the blue are enacting this suicide initiative because their purpose on Earth has been fulfilled, essentially taking out a great bulk of humanity. So they're just dying. Which makes me go, wow. So all they had to do was camp out on second Earth and they would have been good for like 3 months.
So all those people that they could have evacuated with them that they left on Earth, they could have brought them with them, and all this, hey, there's nobody here. Time to go to South America.
Yeah. That's how they make it seem. And then we go further on the path, and we finally see a blue that's aggressive. This one is about to attack, and it looks real serious. I just call it Big Blue because we don't got a name for it, so I just call it Big Blue.
Big Blue. Love it.
So that's our new Elden Ring boss that we got to fight, and that's essentially how episode 25 ends. Like,
pretty much. It's really quick.
Yeah, I feel like, well, I think it was just real slow. I thought this one...
Right.
Yeah, I felt like there wasn't much of a plot with this episode. I felt like this could have been tacked on to any other episode. This could have been tacked on to episode 26 and it would have been fine because it's not really that much. It really felt like the pace had just hit a standstill with this episode.
It definitely grinded to a halt for sure. It was very, very slow. But I guess that leaves nothing else other than the last episode. And I gotta tell you, man, they did Ted dirty. He's been with us this whole time, and they just totally just kill him the way that they did. How's he gonna get back to his ranch in Texas now?
God damn it, Ted! You were supposed to be there.
I mean, I thought I was upset when Joey died, but fucking Ted.
Ted.
Oh, Ted.
I
and
love
all the other extras.
I love the fact when the other extras died. I don't know what happened with the voice direction, but it felt like the director told Ted, just, hey man, we got one last episode left. Just read these lines off, because he was reading his lines with no emotion. I swear, somebody died in front of him, and he was like, shit. It sounded like he didn't care at all. Like he was just like, whoa.
They literally got somebody off the street when they were doing that. It's like, this guy's gonna fucking die anyway. Hey, you want to be in a movie? Yeah, I'll be in a movie. Well, I just gotta read this thing. Whoa! Oh no! Hi, my name's Ted, and I'm a ranch in Texas.
Yeah, it's almost like they didn't have the anime in front of him, so he didn't know what he was reacting to. He just read the lines like, whoa, shit. It didn't feel like he cared about anybody that was dying in front of him.
Yeah. Basically, everybody dies.
Yeah,
except for the main characters. They had that shield, plot armor, and whatnot.
Yeah, they make the big blue sound seem insurmountable because it has no core. So it's like, oh. I was thinking
2 times there's no gore.
Yeah, I was thinking like, oh shit. So is this going to be one of those one of these series where it just ends with everybody essentially dying? Because I thought no core. Okay, so you shouldn't be able to take it out. But they just go, just goes, huh? Let's hit the exposed flesh of it, and I'm like. Nobody thought, everybody was just shooting at the shell part of. They've been fighting Blue for all this time, and they're shooting the shell part of it, and you don't think to, I don't know, hit the parts that kind of look like joints that you could attack and possibly like break his limbs. I don't think that needed a tactician to think of, but
wait a minute.
Maybe I should hit that red glowing part.
We're supposed to hit the glowy parts, and when we hit them, they explode. I think that's their weakness. It is.
Yeah, but yeah, they end up beating the Big Blue. So I was like, okay, what the fuck was the point of that then? Just to kill the team again?
I think it was what you said, just to emotionally manipulate us and into like, oh no, these people died, but it's like. All jokes aside, they literally just showed up the last episode. They were introduced the last episode, and we're supposed to feel emotionally sad about these people. I mean, come on. But after this, we get, I don't know, this kind of feels like such weird, wacky storytelling towards the end and whatnot. Because, first of all, you said it's been 3 months, right, since they landed down?
3 months, yeah.
Marlene's pregnant, everybody. Marlene is pregnant. She is pregnant. I don't know who the dad is, but no, I'm kidding. It's obviously Yuji. No, it's Rick. It's Rick. Rick's baby.
Oh my god!
Could you imagine?
Jesus Christ!
Yuji just goes. Why does he look a lot like Rick? Well, that one time when you and Alicia went to the fucking broiler room.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Jesus. But no, they laid that on. But even before that, it was essentially, well, Marlene, I gotta go up this fucking hill into this glowy thing, and I have to go on my own. But Yuji, we're always supposed to be together. It was essentially just this long, drawn out, I'm going and you're not thing. And then Marlene drops the, oh, I'm pregnant with your baby thing. And then they kiss, and then it's emotional, and we're all supposed to be sad and ooh, boo, boo, boo. He eventually makes it to the top. It's this glowy thing. He puts his hands up to it, and essentially it mimics him in a way, like is attracted to him, probably because he's got like the blue cells and everything. So
Yeah.
grabs a hold of him, pulls him in, and I don't know what the fuck happened after this, because essentially it's Akira.
He just it's like the way I interpret it, I guess, is that he's becoming one with the earth, because the B cells are basically the Earth's defense mechanism to eliminate humanity. So it's like, because he tapped in with this, we don't even know what this glowy thing is, but I'm gonna just say it's like the core of the earth, and he was able to like sense the whole entirety of the earth, and be in tune with his feelings, and because he's a human with the B cells, which is both a part of the core DNA of the earth, in a sense. So that happens, and that lasts for like 3-4 minutes, and I'm just sitting there looking very confused. And then Yuji fucking comes back.
Yeah. Marlene gets out of the cave, right? Because they were told earlier, if I'm not back in 6 hours, leave. She rendezvous back with the other extras. They go back there to home base on Earth, and she's sitting there, with her arms sitting on her legs, just like, oh, Yuji, oh my god. And then once you know it, Yuji just fucking instant transmissions right behind Marlene, and Marlene's like, Yuji, and Yuji was like, told you I'd be back, or something stupid. And then they kiss, and they live happily ever after. The end. I mean, that was the end of their story, but then we see something that happens with Second Earth, and it happens maybe in 30 seconds. Second Earth, everybody just goes crazy. Miyagi gets shot to shit, and then Second Earth blows up.
They literally
reasons.
They literally butcher his body with bullets.
He turned into Swiss cheese, just literally just filled him up, and he was just like, "What's going on here?" You don't hear anything, because it's all background noise, because it's literally just like music sound playing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could tell if he was to say something, that's what he would say. Like, what the hell's going on in here? Just literally turns into Scarface and dies, and everybody else, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know why people went insane up in Earth 2. Did they just not want to be there anymore? Was it they wanted to go back to Earth?
Well, the way
I don't know.
Because Amik says it in episode 24, she says that they're going to run out of resources, and then they're going to basically implode. And that's what happens. And I thought that was going to happen too, because I was thinking to myself, Second Earth isn't even that big. It's nowhere near the size of actual Earth. They don't, but obviously they don't have the same size of population. But if you just went through a war where you depleted even more of your resources, how are you supposed to build that back up? You guys aren't trying to go to a different planet and colonize it for resources or anything of the sort. So everything that you got on Second Earth, that's it. So I knew this wasn't going to last, so I didn't really understand the plan long term for Miyagi. But the truth of the matter is, he didn't have a plan. He just gave up on wanting to fight. And that was it. So I don't know why they had to kill him like that, because they could have just. But I guess the whole mutiny thing, he's like a symbol of their hesitation with going to Earth. So they kill him. People are fighting to get in the shuttles because they're trying to go to Earth, and it's just showing you the cycle of violence with humanity that follows. It's a natural progression thing. I'm not mad at that point. I'm actually, that part is probably the least egregious thing in the episode, honestly. It's just funny of how fast it happens, and the fact that it's kind of like a montage in which it happens.
Yeah,
that I find funny.
Yeah, but essentially all of Earth 2 is gone now. It's blown up, and the little survivors on Earth, what is there, like maybe 20 people left now? That's all of humanity now. Humanity is nothing more than 20 people. Marlene and Yuji gonna have a baby.
Yeah.
I hope there's other women out there. 'Cause now they're gonna have to repopulate the Earth. The blue are gone, essentially. I guess humanity is cleansed now, and so is the Earth, and that's kind of how it ends. That's it. The end.
And then we had the movie, which I didn't watch, but I saw a little bit of the differences between it. So
yeah, same. I skimmed through it too.
The first thing I want to say is this movie is bad. And the reason I say this is because the movie is like 90 minutes. This show is 26 episodes. Let's just be generous and say you get about like 19 or 18 minutes worth of an episode. Essentially, when you add it up to all together, it's about 400 to 500 minutes of the story. For the movie to be 90 minutes when the story in totality is 500 minutes is crazy. That is like speed blitzing the story. You can't do it. You can't do it. So
I know.
For that and that alone, I'm like, there's no way this movie could live up to the potential of this show, because you pretty much have to cut out a whole bunch of the characters altogether, like their stories, and then it's going to make the romance between Yuji and Marlene feel very shallow, because that was something that they had to build up to, something that we got in about like what episode like 15, something like that.
Yeah,
more than halfway through the series. So it's like you can't do that in a 90-minute show, not with how they've been building it up. So it's funny. I think the ending of the movie, I think I like better than this. Like just the actual ending. Just the actual ending. But the movie, I think, is way worse than the TV show.
Interesting. Okay. Real quick, Deathstroke. Marriagetoxin actually looks really good. I might watch it later. Is it like Chainsaw Man anyway?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think it's even remotely close to Chainsaw Man. If I was to compare it to anything, I would say like Sakamoto Days.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much like that, mixed with, like the rom-com.
Like a Spy Family type of series.
Ooh, that's another good one, yeah. Definitely give it a watch, though. I think Marriagetoxin is really good. Probably one of my more unexpected series this season. But yeah, I watched a little bit of it too. Yuji, when he was in cryostasis, has longer hair now. Mm-hmm. They gave him long hair after he got awoken. The animation definitely got an improvement. It's a lot more gorier than the show itself, surprisingly, because the show is pretty gory. But there's a scene where I saw where Yuji opened up a helmet and just nothing but just like blood and eyeballs came out, and I was like, "Ooh, it's gross." But there's that I noticed. They got rid of some characters, like the whole, Marlene and Yuji in the desert. There's no longer that scene with I forget the guy's name. What was his name? Like Rick, not Rick, like
Tony?
Chad.
Wait, who are we,
no, not
wait, who are we
the
talking about?
misogynist.
Oh, we got his name here. Dice.
Yeah, Dice. As soon, okay, he's no longer there. I thought he was a interesting character and a good component in there. He's not there anymore. They just essentially skip him entirely. Everything's pretty much the same. He's not there. They make it to Second Earth a lot quicker. What feels like this time around than they did in the series. Because the series, I feel like it was like halfway through. Like the first half is on Earth, and the other half is on Second Earth.
Yeah.
And that happened. They literally reused the same footage with Big Blue, but instead of Big Blue, they called it the Queen. It was a blue queen, and it had all the eggs and everything. And I was just like, oh, okay, they just kind of switched it. Alicia, I don't know if she's even in this series or movie or not, because I saw more of Rick in the movie than I did of her. I maybe saw an image of her, but that was about it. Like the one thing that was essentially different was probably towards the end. Like, you have Yuji going crazy with the B cells and everything, just like he did in the series. But then the ending essentially, he gets his self back. Marlene is surrounded by Blue. Oh no, this is it. And then Yuji is essentially dead, but then like strokes out, and like I'm guessing his B cells activated or somehow, and then the Blue were just like, oh no, and then run away.
Yeah.
And then Marlene was just like, everything's gonna be okay now, and then it ends.
Yeah,
it ends so abruptly.
He has the founder Titan power. He has the coordinate.
Yeah, but it ended so abruptly, and I'm kind of the opposite. Even though the ending was so confusing on the TV series, like I said, it reminded me of Akira. Just the ending of Akira. Instead of like, Yuji going into that and becoming one with the Earth, and in Akira it's that white blinding light, and everything gets sucked up into it and whatnot. But yeah, that was weird. But it's kind of more of a happier ending. Happy in quotes. It's kind of bittersweet in a way, like the Earth's going to be saved, and humanity will survive for another lifetime or whatever. Or we don't know. There's a little bit of optimism, but when it comes to the movie, it just ends. Like they're in the middle of something, and then it's essentially just like the Blue are still around. Earth 2 is still there. Miyagi shoots himself in the movie this time around, though.
Yeah.
He doesn't get shot
saw the
by
future.
a million bullets.
He saw the future. I'm not letting that happen to me.
He's like, this was my fault. I should have never have. Like, he blamed himself for the B cells or whatever, and he shot himself. But you could joke and say, they ain't going to kill me this time around.
I wonder how this movie came to be. I kind of want to look into it, because this ending, the movie is so much darker, and I think that's why I'm a little more fond of it. Because while it's not as conclusive as the ending we have for the TV series, I don't know. It at least went out on more of a climatic feel than we got with the TV series. Because I feel like with the TV series, after we killed Rick, it just felt like we were just slowly dying to end the series. Like, I think these 3 episodes were wholly unnecessary. I think they could have ended it in just the next episode, really.
Yeah, honestly, they could have ended it with 24, because 23, the space station blows up, and then Tony and Alicia and everyone dies, along with the Blue and everything. 24 could have been them going back down to Earth, seeing that the Blue are dying off and that they've served their purpose, and then they can rebuild humanity, right then and there, and that could have been the ending.
Yeah.
Just like Wall-E again. Everything goes back to Wall-E, where, humanity comes back to Earth and they start over.
Yeah.
So I think they could have done that, and that would have been a really good ending, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, I really want to know what went into the changes, because the movie came out 2002, I believe, and
Let me see if I can look at why did they make what is it? Blue gender movie after the TV show.
because TV show came out what, 95, right?
No, I want to say it was 98.
Oh, you're probably
90s,
right.
basically. Let's see. Blue Gender movie. Blue Gender was made as a compilation film to condense 26 episodes into a single feature. It was released to recap the story, offered a streamlined viewing experience for fans, and provided an alternative, modified ending. Yeah, but why? Is it going to say why? In-depth retrospective analysis. Doesn't say. Oh, maybe I just got why did they change the ending? The ending for Blue Gender. Blue Gender, basically the movie radically. Yeah, okay, but why did they change it? You're not answering my damn question. Ends with humanity on the brink of annihilation. However, the ending shifts to focus heavily on Yuji's biology. The blue sense use Yuji's B cells. The movie's ending was criticized for being confusing and doing a poor job of explaining the franchise's complex lore, leaving many fans preferring the original TV series finale. Again, doesn't explain why they changed it. It just says people didn't really care for the ending. So I don't know if we'll get an answer. Unfortunately.
Probably not. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see that. Oh, hold on. This is interesting.
Oh, Sasuke may have came through with something.
Well, no. Don't give me that much credit. I was just looking at the director of Blue Gender. He's done a lot of work. He was the director for The Fable.
Really?
Yeah.
He did The Fable. No, wow. Who'da thunk? We watched The Fable first, then we go back to his original stuff.
He also did the original Doro, like the 1969 anime. He's been around for a long time. Yeah, he's 83,
and he's still doing anime.
Well,
That's impressive.
the Fable was the last one, but he might be doing season 2. So,
right, because we know now it's no longer a prank.
Yeah. But I don't know the reason for the change exactly. Because I don't know, you would expect the endings to be reverse with the movie coming out. You would expect the TV anime to be inconclusive and the movie to try to explain it, but instead it's the opposite. The movie actually, it leaves on a much more open-ended note than the TV show does. Like, the TV show is, I don't feel highly about it. It still is a ending. It feels like, all right, somebody wrote down and said, all right, this is how we're going to end it. This movie feels like someone just cut off the power while they were writing it. Like, they were typing some shit and then a storm came and then it got rid of everything and they just had to turn that in.
Here you go. The fuck is this?
Yeah.
It's the ending.
Yeah. So
just search why was the original ending changed for Blue Gender along with Deathstroke. We tried. But if you find out the answer, let us know. That would be great. But I guess what we can do now is essentially just give our overall thoughts about it, since this is essentially the end of the series. And This is the conclusion of our blue gender series watch. I know this was picked by C Tactics, so he's not here today, but it would have been interesting to see him here and discuss it with him. But I guess if I was to give my overall thoughts, I definitely liked the first half of this series. I thought it definitely had that whole, throwing yourself into this new world kind of feel. Like Yuji was very much like just scared and didn't know what was going on. But he was also a main character, and I'm talking about in the first half, that wasn't afraid to kind of like try and help out at the time, because he didn't want to seem like just like the damsel in distress and a weakling and whatnot. So for that, I commended. I was like, oh, that's really nice. I liked how dark it was too. Like basically everything was just like, if you grow attached to people, well, too bad, they're gonna die. Especially when you saw the scenes where all those refugees died and the little girl died. It really messed with Yuji and his psyche. Probably some of the better episodes of Blue Gender, to be honest. But
for sure,
when they got to Second Earth, it was kind of, not my favorite. I felt like there was just a lot of filler that happened, because there was a point where they were just like doing experiments on Yuji, and like that was a thing that just kind of led to nowhere. And then they just became the superhumans randomly, and I don't know. It was just, I felt like it was just going one way and then it went a completely different direction. There was just no consistent path, and it just felt like we were just flip-flopping a lot towards the end. That being said, I still enjoyed it overall for the most part. The animation is a bit older and doesn't really hold up, but there was definitely some scenes that when you look at it, you're just like, they did really well on this one. They had the budget for that, but then there's like certain episodes where they're just like JPEGs floating, where you could just tell that was the cheaper episode and they just couldn't do anything with that. So I would say for the most part, I enjoyed it. I would recommend people to watch this if they are like into kind of like that space, or even like kind of like gore monster aspect, if they're into that sort of thing. And I would give it a recommendation.
So I think I echo your sentiments. I think the first half of this show is good. I think it starts to fall off in the second half of it, because I can't really think of any episode that we had while we were up on Second Earth that I would put up with those earlier episodes. I think we just had, no pun intended, like when we were grounded to Earth, we were focusing more on the characters rather than the plot. And I think that worked in the show's benefit, because some of the character dynamics that we had early on were interesting. Like, I can't remember his name, but the one he was humming a song with in the very beginning, the one who died.
Oh,
like
was that Joey?
Yeah, Joey. Like his relationship with Joey, obviously his relationship with Marlene. I mean, most of what we like with Yuji and Marlene came from how it was cultivated on Earth. We had characters like Dice. We even had like the when Yuji was with the Nomad girl. I thought that was a good episode too. This show works better when it's not focusing on the actual story, which is funny, but it's kind of sad too in a way. Yeah, because once we get to Second Earth, and then we had to, we're kind of like sacrificing some of the character interactions for the plot to move forward with the blue. Yuji becomes experimented on. He starts to lose himself. Marlene feels, I don't want to say she loses her edge, but it feels like they kind of just put her in this role of just saving Yuji, and that's really it. Like, we don't really see that personality of hers that she had on Earth shine through anymore. And some of the other characters that we get are just horrible. Alicia, Rick was fine, I guess, but yeah, the cast that we had on Second Earth wasn't even comparable to what we got on Earth. So I feel this show was really mixed for me. I would only recommend this show if you were a fan of like NGE, Neon Genesis, because I feel like you had to like a show like that to like a show like this, because NGE is a lot like this show in some regards. Not a carbon clone or anything like that, but it's very similar in this feel, and also kind of like the controversial ending and whatnot. So it's not a show I would recommend unless, again, I already know what you're into. I would not recommend this show blindly to someone. So overall, I just feel I had a good time for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely stumbles once we get closer to the end. I definitely agree with the Alicia comment. Probably one of the worst written characters, not just in the series, but in just like the medium as a whole. Because when you really break it down, that's her claim to fame. When you really break it down, what her character was, she was just, I don't even know how you describe it. Like, she was just nothing more than just somebody that was trying to sleep with Yuji the whole time and never did.
Yep.
That's her character. Other than that, do we know her for anything else other than that quote that she'll forever be infamous for? That's it. It's sad because I agree. Joey was a great character. Dice, even though he was short-lived, was a pretty cool character. I just wish we could have had more of that in the second half, but that's where we are right now.
Yeah. Well, that is essentially our thoughts on Blue Gender. So we are going to move on to our next show of the night, which is Daemons of the Shadow Realm. Episode 12. There's a killer pass week for it.
Yep. And like I mentioned before, it's 24 episodes, so that's why it's going to or maybe it won't continue on into the summer season. Guess we'll find out to see how bad or not bad this episode is. But
before you say anything, EA.
Okay.
Because I saw what you wrote in the notes before. EA, how many Daemons of the Shadow Realm characters can you name right now off the top of your head?
All right. Of course, there's Yuru, there's Asa, there's Left, there's Right, there's Dara, there's I'm not looking at it. I don't want to cheat. So there's what's the girl's name? Damn it, pink hair. There you go. That's the fucking name. God damn it. But there's way more than that.
Yeah, I was just asking since you were saying like there's a lot of characters in the series, which I mean, as the notes indicate, I know you guys can't see the notes. I know you guys can't see the notes, but I always have a list of all the important characters. So, and this list is pretty full. It's almost the list of character names is almost a page full. It's
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
That's
21 characters.
Yeah.
But I stand by it because we do get introduced to a bunch of new characters this episode. You know, I know Sasuke is going to break your heart and everything, but Asuma seems to be doing some shady shit outside of the house.
That's going to break my heart.
I know, because you had him. You said that. Oh, I don't trust this guy. He seems evil because his eyes are closed all the time.
Yeah.
Your words.
Yeah.
But
I said that.
but yeah, essentially we are introduced to this new individual, Shingo.
Yeah.
And he has ulterior motives. He's trying. I love what you have written down here. Oh my god! But it's true though. But no. Essentially, what he's trying to do is, from what I understand, he's trying to catch Asa and bring her there.
Yeah.
That's what I understand.
Well, yeah, he wants the power of breaking seal, just like how anybody wants the power of breaking seal. And he seems to be estranged from the family. He's off wearing his purple pimp suits. He got his champagne shark teeth, living his best life. Implying that Shingo is, I'm gonna say, he called Shingo a swear because Shingo said, and Shingo, mind you, Shingo was being very tongue in cheek, like because he was kind of antagonizing Shingo, but Shingo goes like, "Hey, why did you bring the seal or the bait girl here? Blah, 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 blah. You should try to cozy up to her." Blah, blah, blah. And he was Asuma retorts like, it's illicit for an adult to have a relationship with a 16-year-old girl. And he was like, "What are you, a pussy?" And I was like, "Huh? What?"
Yeah, he's a bit of a creep.
Yeah, it seems like he's one of those by any means type of characters. And that's not to say that Asuma isn't. I definitely feel like the vibe I got. The fuck is going on? What is that?
Oh, the magic trick where it's just a regular pencil. Presto!
Oh.
It's now rubber. Whoops, hold on.
You.
It's now rubber.
I got you.
It's whatever.
I haven't seen one of
Looks
those
better.
in a minute.
Yeah, well, there you go. I'm a magician.
I think Asuma is definitely playing him. I think it was very evident in that scene because he's playing coy with him. He's being subservient. This guy thinks he's the boss. He's not. Even the guy, the blade guy we have in who we get his name.
Another new guy.
Yeah.
Ivan.
Even he tells him you probably shouldn't underestimate Asuma. It's not a good idea. Because the way I see it is that they just need Shingo for a very specific reason. He could be a good fall guy or something, or he has resources, something like that. I don't think he's going to last too long because he's way too like boisterous. Like he's too in your face. While it seems like Asuma is playing this real long con. And if you notice, and it's the one time we see Asuma kind of get rattled when Shingo mentions his mom. By the way, Shingo is Asuma's uncle. I don't think we mentioned that. We don't know if he's the brother of the head of the Kagamoris or if he's the brother of Shingo or the brother of Asuma, Jean's mom. We don't know, but he's the uncle.
Yeah. And Asuma did not like the fact that that Shingo said something about his mother.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's serious when a character always has their eyes closed, only for them to open it up slightly. That's when it's serious, is when a character that's always has their eyes closed, all of a sudden they just slowly peek open. And it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
that struck a nerve. Hello, Midnight. Hello, welcome.
It's good, Midnight.
Came for the baddies. I wonder if he's talking about us. Not so random question, but had y'all two thoughts of playing in basketball tournaments?
Do not entertain him. He's saying that because we watch White Men Can't Jump. So he's trying to compare us to the characters of White Men Can't Jump.
That's a conversation all in itself. That movie, my God. But we aren't going to be talking about that. That's a separate podcast. We will be talking about Daemons of the Shadow Realm, and yeah. So yeah, Asuma's just like beep beep, cheerio, see you later. Leaves a little a butterfly, kind of like what he did last time. But as you said, Ivan was like, you shouldn't underestimate your nephew, and just slices the butterfly in half. And I'm just like, this guy's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
This guy looks dangerous, and especially what happens later. Holy fuck. He is. This guy's a bad man.
Yeah.
Or I guess he's a daemon. That we come to find out later, too.
Well, the swords are, it seems.
Because I thought the villagers couldn't see him.
No, they couldn't see his swords. The swords appear.
Right. Okay. I was confused by that because the villagers was just like, huh? But
yeah.
Okay, the swords were the daemons. But anyway, I guess when it comes to our main crew, we have Yuru and everyone else. They get they're on the hunt for Yuru's parents and everything. Luckily, they found someone with the same last name. There's only it's a common last name, so it's kind of like Smith or whatever. Mm-hmm. They just got to go door to door and say, hey, are you? What about you? But no, that's going to be tough for them to try to find the mom and everything.
Well, they were able to because they were looking at the missing persons reports and seeing the last place they were at. I think they located where the grandma or where the grandparents are, and that's another conversation. But they were afraid of going through with it because they figure if we have this information, the Kakemoris definitely have that same information. So they were afraid of approaching that area because it could be a trap or something. And yeah, we see the grandma talk with Asa in the episode, and
Asa comes back.
Yeah. And she's asking to see her again. Asa's like, I can't, because she can't be outside
for me.
Yeah, she can't be outside of the Kagemori manor because people are after her. And when she gets off the phone with her, she says something to the effect of, she's saying the same thing, like line for line. And it's like, And then we focus on her, and then we see like this spider daemon that's controlling her, making her repeat the same words. And we don't exactly know what's going on there. But I think the thing that was more telling than that was after that happens, Gabby, because we're getting to like the cut, and Gabby says scumbags, and I was like, oh, so the Kagemoris probably set that up. Then they're probably having Asa have contact with her grandma just so they can manipulate her further, kind of like what the Higashi village did with Yuru. So it's kind of like, even though
who can you trust? Yeah,
even though she's found shelter in this manor, it's still it's still more the same that they got in Higashi Village. Because one thing that they're showing is that these guys aren't much different from Higashi. Like, these guys are kind of deplorable. They do have their good moments, but they're not good guys.
Yeah, and that just makes me think, I wonder if it's going to be eventually a thing where Yuru and Asa are just going to be like, fuck y'all. It's just going to be the both of us, since I almost feel like both of them, well, of course there's going to be a few friends here. Dara of
Gabby,
the one clan, and Gabby from the other, who are going to be friends and like stick with them and whatnot. But I almost feel like a good majority of them are going to be after these two. And that's both clans, because they both want the power, and greed encompasses everything. So I mean, they'll want that power, and I think it's going to come down to that, honestly. But going to be interesting. And I almost feel like it's almost going to come to pass where they're going to find out, because, you know, if Yuru and gang have the information on the grandparents' whereabouts, they're going to go to the grandma. They're going to see those fucking Daemons there. They're going to kill them or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to find out who was the owner. And it's probably going to lead back to the Kakamori clan. And then that's when, you know, Asa's going to be like, what?
Yeah.
And I think that's where shit's going to hit the fan.
Yeah, because if they are behind this, then she can't trust them when it comes to the disappearance of her mother and father, because
right.
I mean, she doesn't know what happened with them, and they were with the Kagamori when it happened. So how could you trust them knowing that information and then getting concrete information to them controlling your grandma the way they have? And we don't even know if the grandma is alive or dead. We don't know what exactly is happening to her.
Right.
It's just it seems like the Kagemoris are doing some shady stuff, and we get even more shady stuff in this episode, because we have Asuma talk to Jean about Asuma's tales that he had on Yuru dying. I think he said it was like a 40-year-old and a 19-year-old, and he laments that.
Oh yeah.
He was like, oh, I can't use their identities for some of the people that we have in our clan, because apparently when they have people that don't have any relations to anybody, no family or whatever, they just reuse those identities for people in the Kagemori clan, which is fucked up.
Identity theft.
Yeah, which is fucked up in of itself. But yeah, he talks about like, we can't use this person for Gabby, we can't use this person for Asa, which that's another thing. We got an age confirmation for Gabby. She's 19. I knew she was around Asa's age, but I thought she was older.
Yeah.
But yeah, like these dudes just, again, they seem friendly enough, at least some of them. It seems like for sure Gabby is 100% an ally of Asa. I think that much is clear. Like if something were to happen with this clan where Asa would have to leave, I think Gabby would leave with her. But then you have people who are kind of like morally gray, like Jean, where it seems like he's on Asa's side for the most part, but he's still going to do some scumbag things. And then we have people who are just outright shady, evil, like Asuma. And at some point, this whole thing is just going to come to a head. It's going to implode. We already had Shingo saying like, oh, talking to Asuma, yeah, you should go ahead and kill your big brother so you could become head of the Kagemoris. And Asuma very casually goes, well, it wouldn't work that way because I would still have to deal with the head of the family. So he's not even like denouncing killing his big brother or anything. He's just like, oh no, that'll just be too much work. It would just be bothersome.
I just have to fill out the paperwork if I do that. God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
too much of a headache.
Yeah, we're seeing we already seen the bad on the Higashi village early on, but like we're truly seeing the bad with Kagemoris. And it's making Yuru look more and more right every day, because He made that declaration of war and said, anybody who's going after me, come after me, because what he aims for is basically their freedom, so they could just live regular lives without fear of being pursued.
Yeah. Yep. And I definitely think that's where it's building to. If it goes somewhere else, I'd be surprised, but I honestly think that's where it's going right now. But I guess early on, what we saw, in the Kakamori estate, so to speak, everybody's cleaning up, everybody's doing their part. Makoto, one of the newer recruits, because of the whole Daemon barrage or whatever you wanted to call it, the attack on the manor, it's revealed that her Daemon's powers uses their nuts, their balls, their sack to kidnap people.
She has the.
That's interesting.
She has the fox and Tanuki, and the fox transforms into other people, and then the Tanuki uses his balls to envelop somebody. So, like, she basically can lure you with the fox, and then once you're, in range, just and then snatch you up, which is crazy.
I mean, what a way to go! I guess. But goddamn,
boom, headshot. What's good, Morgan?
Hello, Morgan. But then in the same, almost immediately after, Jin and crew discover like a line where the gate was supposed to be, because, Makoto was like, when I came in here, there was a gate that was right here. It's not here anymore. I don't know where the gate was. And then that's when Jin kind of expects the wall and everything, and just goes, right here. And there's like a little thin kind of line that's on it. Probably where the gate was, thus kind of furthering the plot, going, who put the gate there and why? Even though we probably already know who it is, because essentially that's when it transitioned into Asuma and Shingo conversation. So pretty sure it was Asuma that did the whole gate thing.
Well, no, I think it was Ivan, because we saw his powers this episode.
That's very, very true.
He also was, if you remember, he was there when the attack happened, because he saw Yuru shoot somebody with an arrow, and he was like, that kid's pretty strong. Well, I'm about to get out of here. Because Ivan was there during the attack, but he just didn't do anything. Like, he didn't actually show up in the limelight. So I don't know what his power is exactly.
Box expansion.
Box expansion.
I don't know.
Because he's cutting through the bodies without harming anybody, and like shelving himself. So it's like he could create an opening and a closing. That might be it. It could be opening, closing, some type of thing.
Ooh,
like one sword creates openings, and one sword closes them.
That would definitely explain the thin line then, because that's the sword that opened the gate, and then he closed it back up after he opened it. So yeah, I definitely think you're onto something. It was definitely, I didn't even think about that, but you're right. The ending happened so quick. But I mean, I guess we can get onto that, because before the ending, we are introduced to yet another character.
Oh, yeah.
The shaman.
Yep.
This bigger, heavier set dude. His name is Yama. And he is kind of like an insider of the village, just like how Darrow was, or is. I don't know if he still is or not, but he's a shaman of that village. And I thought it was just very interesting, because he like heals the people with vaccines, and it does it in a very creative way by putting that little little cover over their face, and
the little seal thing.
Yeah, I'm like, you're basically a doctor, given vaccines, and it's just like, I don't know. I just thought that was just really, really clever way to just kind of like heal these people that don't maybe understand what a shot or vaccination is.
Yeah, because he's using modern medicine on them, but because this civilization isn't advanced at all. Like we're still in like the Edo period. He's giving them modern medicine, but he still has to keep up the appearance of, oh no, this is just me protecting you from the gods. You know, they had to keep up this illusion because to them, this village is all they know. And they still think like airplanes or dragons and whatnot. So they got to keep up their appearances. Which, yeah. I feel like that has to come to a head too, because this is the second time they're getting attacked. And they're getting attacked with this mysterious power. At some point, this secret it can't go on.
Right. And I feel so incredibly bad for that little girl because she got the shot and then she like sat up and like looked terrified, and they were like, oh, she saw her parents get decapitated right in front of her and everything. And I was like, oh, that's awful. Not 2 minutes later, the same thing happens again when Ivan, well, first of all, I was just like, what the fuck? Because of just the power itself, because before all that happened, freaking Yama was just like, I was walking minding my own business and this fucking pervert comes up at me and just charges me. And then when I woke up, I was like, I'm not hurt, I'm not dying, I guess I'm okay. I guess he just sexually assaulted me and then left.
I had my fill.
But then in that scene at the very, very end, we see a sword poke right through him and then cuts out. And I was just like, what the fuck? And it was weird because, like, he didn't die, nor did he get hurt. I'm assuming he's still alive. But he just, like, cut a hole open, and there was just, like, this little square where his big stomach was, and he just walked out of it. And I'm like, that is a cool power. That is really, really neat. So he cut himself to get inside and hide, and then once he got into the village, cut himself out. I was like, damn, that's smart. That's really smart.
And that also means that he overheard the conversation that Dara was having with him the entire time.
Yeah, he was followed.
Yeah, so
he had to have been.
So he all the information that Dara divulged to Yama, he knows now. So that's the reason he followed him to the village, essentially, is because he wants to get some hostage here to use against Yuru and possibly Asa as well. Which
who could he get?
He did have a friend in this village. I mean, he still cares about.
He did have a friend.
He cares about the villagers as a whole, either way. But he does have that one friend in the village, so maybe him.
True, because his parents are gone. Grandma, well, not the grandma. Is it his grandma? No, it's just like a.
She's like the village head.
Right. I don't think he would care about her. But it would probably be the friend, like you said. I think it was the first 2 episodes where we see him. Yeah. I remember him there. But he would probably get him, and then this is going to lead to, I'm pretty sure, Seal coming alive or coming out, so to speak. I think he's going to finally get Seal, because Ivan is clearly nobody to mess with. He is strong from what I could see. Like, he's smart for one, and a smart, dangerous person is, you can't mess with. And, he knows when to retreat if something's out of control, but very sneaky and kind of like hides in the shadows, so to speak. So I think he's going to get a hostage. Yuru's going to hear about it. He's going to try to go back to the village, whether that be the next episode or whatever. He's eventually going to go back, but Ivan's going to do something to get Seal to come out, and I think something's going to happen there.
That's a good theory. I wasn't even thinking about that possibility because I don't know. I kind of just been working off the assumption that not that we wouldn't see the power, but it's really hard to predict. I think when he's going to die, you know, because that would be such a big turning point in the series. But if it were to happen, this would be a good place to happen. So I think that's pretty solid.
Yeah, that's what I think will happen. A lot of moving pieces are going to happen. I think it's probably going to take maybe the next 3 episodes or so. Because, you know, like I said, we got the grandma going on. We got the Kakibori clan being deceptive. And now we have this village getting fucked up yet again. Yeah. I feel so sad for this village.
Yeah.
At this point, there's going to be like maybe 2 people left.
It's so sad because, yeah, they're still reeling from the attack that they had, and it's especially bad because he's attacking with Daemons, and they literally just don't have the power to fight back.
Right, they can't see it happening, and this guy just sliced them all in half like nothing.
For all he knows,
like,
that could have been one of the important people to Yuru.
Right? But no, he had to look cool just because, you know, he did a cool entrance. He stepped out of a shaman's stomach and did a whole yada yada zeh, and then just right behind him. Like, whoa. I mean, what an entrance. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a Killer Pass episode. And I'm just going to cut right to it. No drama. When it ended, I was just like, these episodes will always go by so damn quick. I want to see what happens now. So it's a pass for me.
Yeah. Pass for me as well. This is one of the more dense episodes that we got, but I'm so interested in what's going on. Yeah, this character, Ivan, I don't know exactly where his allegiance lies as far as like with Shingo and Asuma, but I think this is definitely the spark that we needed in the series. This seems like a cool antagonist that we can follow. So, yeah, I'm hoping that your theory is right, that we do get to see Seal because of him. But
do it.
Let's go ahead and pass this. Hold on. Because I had to. It's going to look weird. Bear with me.
Okay. Bear with you.
Where's that? There it is. And pass.
You pass this time.
Alrighty. Our next show to talk about tonight is none other than Marriagetoxin, episode 11. I feel like this one is a pretty simple episode as well.
Yeah, it was a lot heavy focused on Peachy and Byakuya for some reason, because we needed that backstory for some reason.
Yeah. I guess we could go there with a Byakuya backstory. I'm not crazy about it. You see this a lot with villain backstories where where it feels like it's not even really a backstory, really. It just explains the loyalty that one character has for the other. And it never really feels organic because her backstory is
her mom was sick.
Her mom fucked up on the job. She wasn't getting help from the Beast Clan. They basically abandoned her. She had to bury her. And then out of nowhere, Dogo just comes out and goes, "Hey, want to fuck up the world with me?" And that's essentially it. And it's like it doesn't. I hate backstories like this because it doesn't explain what drew him to her in the first place, like why he thought she was going to be important or anything. Like why did he go to that house specifically to recruit this little girl? Like, what did he see in her?
If nothing else, it makes him look even more like a creep going up to a little girl saying, join my cause as an adult. Ugh.
Especially too, because in the present, he has her doing some fetish cosplay with the maid cat girl thing.
Yeah, because I thought she was part cat, but apparently she's not. She just wears cat ears and gets naked at the drop of a hat.
Yep. Morgan says, how toxic is the marriage? Not toxic at all, because we don't got a marriage yet.
Also, it's a play on word because the main character is a poison master, and he's looking for someone to marry. Hence, marriage toxin.
Yeah,
I thought it was clever.
But yeah, that was her backstory. Not too crazy about it, but fuck that.
I mean, as long as it's not like a Bleach episode where a single episode's dedicated to a villain's backstory. Because remember, every time an Espada died, they would always dedicate a fucking episode to the backstory of how they became an Espada and how Aizen hired them. And it's just like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. Just let them die. Ugh.
So
anyway,
we got Big Beast Hyako because Dogo has the blood of all these different masters that he just accumulates and just basically pours it into this big monster. And so we're fighting against Hyako, this big chimera beast thing. And
yeah, I like how it comes with a coin operated slot. I mean, well, it's not a coin, it's a body operated slot. He just takes her lifeless body and just shoot, inserts her in there, and then she floats down into it.
Yeah, it just becomes like a mech suit.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's like a mech suit. Oh my god. It almost kind of reminded me of like a boss battle for like Resident Evil that you would like fight, at some point. It's like, oh, this is the tyrant. This is the big boss we got to fight at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah. Is it safe to say that Peachy is pretty strong?
Yeah, but don't forget EA, he's just a normal guy.
Oh, right. He's not even a master. He has no affiliation with anybody. He actually wants to get rid of the bad ones. But he's a normal. He's a normal guy. My ass. He's a normal guy. I wish I could be a normal guy in this world because then I could do shit like that. My God.
Yeah. So Hyako is beating the shit out of Peachy initially. That is until he gets a call from his girlfriend who's concerned for him and basically trying to uplift his spirits without actually, outright pointing out the issues that he's having. And, him thinking about wanting to maintain that normal life with his girlfriend gives him the motivation to step up and lock in. And lock in he does. He ends up punching a hole through Kyako's body, and the fight is over.
Oh, yeah. I was surprised at how quick the fight ended. I thought this was going to be a creature that was going to last a few episodes, but they literally died in like 5 minutes. I was like, wow, so you did that whole Master of Bloods and all this other shit just to lose that easily? Again, maybe not so easily because, as I mentioned before, Peachy, his essentially his spinach to his Popeye is his girlfriend. So you bring up the girlfriend, yep, exactly. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then that was all she wrote. It was just like, oh, okay, you want to threaten my girlfriend? I'm gonna put a hole through your fucking beast. That's what happened, and that took. Well, first of all, I loved Peachy's the fact that he was wearing that fucking like it wasn't even like a mask, it was just like a skull over his head when he was fighting. I thought that was pretty cool. And essentially after he did all that, he was like, oh well, I used up all my energy, good night, because all he needs to do is sleep and he's 100% better.
10 hours of sleep,
just a normal guy.
Normal. You can't do that, EA.
No. And also when you said that, it reminded me of C going, what do you mean? I'm normal.
Just gotta stretch more.
I guess I just need to eat my Wheaties if I'm going to like do something like that. And you too can punch through giant beasts if you eat your Wheaties, because that's normal. My God.
Everybody has it in them. But yeah, after he punches a hole through Yako's body, that's when Dogo's like, all right, time for me to, like you said earlier, time to become a Resident Evil villain. Like, this is dead ass something that you would see in Resident Evil.
Yeah, this is more Resident Evil for sure than the other monster.
Yeah, so he takes the blood in of Yako, and with his power of being a Beastmaster, he's essentially like Ben 10 almost, where it's like he's able to use any parts of his body to turn into the beast, or in the Ben 10 analogy, like the alien. So that's what he's doing. Like, he can sprout wings whenever he wants. He can, if he needs to get out of a situation, just get like cheetah legs, kangaroo legs, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Just switch his body parts on whim.
Got the hawk eye, so we can like see very well with the bird's eye. Yeah, he's kind of, I mean, the power itself, honestly, on paper, is really OP when you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think Beast Boy can do this. Beast Boy from Teen Titans.
Oh, right. No, I don't think he can, because he can transform into one creature at a time. He can't do like multiple. It's only just like one thing at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's insane power. I feel bad for May. She's just a marriage advisor and she's caught up in all this shit.
Yeah. May shouldn't be involved in this, but May is still trying his best in this whole thing. And Dogo is about to try to aura farm off of killing May, but that's when we have Gero and Ushio show up, and
they get completely bodied.
Yeah, they get their ass handed to them, and Gero goes, all right, cool, triple dosage.
Ooh. Well, you know what happened last time when he did triple dosage? He was like a freaking water sprinkler, just blood coming out of him everywhere.
Yeah.
But this time, it seems a little different because, he kind of moves nonchalantly, and then just kind of moves his head and does a little dodge right there, and then freaking Dogo's hits him and he's like, I gotcha. And then he just is right behind him and he says a cool catchphrase right before he puts on his shades, and he goes, I want to get married.
Got Ultra Instinct now.
And that's how the episode essentially ends. It's really like, I know that's kind of like a quick run through and everything, but that's really what the episode was. Like, the most of this episode was dedicated to fighting. Yeah,
it was all action essentially. Like, the only thing that wasn't action related was what we got with Kimie, because we saw last episode she was basically trying to incite a riot or a big prison break,
and nobody wanted to.
Yeah, this episode everybody's like, just shut up, just turn that shit off.
I'm just trying to sleep here. Leave me alone.
Leave us alone. Because they're all kind of mind broken from being in a cell and tortured all this time. I think they said they didn't have their partners either. So that was another thing that was holding them back. Like, the fact that they don't have their beast to fight like Kimie does. But it seemed like Hime was still determined to break everybody free. So we'll see more about that. But yeah, everybody essentially told Kimie to fuck off.
Yeah. That's pretty much what happened. One thing I thought was funny, and I'll mention it really quick, was before Gero and Ushio got there, they were fighting these giant walruses, masters and everything.
Yeah.
And I just love how you just see like an explosion. It's just falling walruses in the sky and everything. I don't know why, that just made me laugh, because you just see them just like falling down.
Yeah, because Ushio's like, why would you fight me in the water? I'm just not smart.
Yeah. She's a hired assassin, but maybe a little more now. She's definitely a little late to the game of Gero's heart, but I'm curious to see what happens now, because we did the triple dosage. Essentially, we have more flashbacks of Gero just, recollecting what his master told him and everything. Never do this because of that, and you can't do triple dosage because whatever. And I feel like this is once again going to be another, fuck you, I'm going to do what I want. So we did the triple dosage, and I'm guessing because he already did triple dosage and it fucked him up the first time, maybe his body got used to it, and maybe it's going to be almost like a Super Saiyan 3. It's like, this is to ascend to another level type of thing. So now we're witnessing Gero, and he's about to maybe be on even playing field with Dogo, I think.
Yeah. We don't have an explanation of why the triple dosage works this time. It may be something that we see in the next episode, but
he wants to get married. Yeah.
To what you said, this is him kind of defying his father's teachings, because he's not supposed to take the triple dosage, but also it was instilled in him to not pick a fight that he can't win. And this would be one of those fights where it would be too risky of somebody of his stature, being in the Poison Clan, to take on somebody who's as unpredictable and as strong as Dogo is right now. Especially when the stakes are essentially just Kimie. That's really it. But yeah, he's going against all of that and fighting Dogo, and yeah, that's the episode.
That's it. We got 2 more episodes left after this. Crazy, because it's like all these other shows are ending, but this one only still has 2 episodes left.
Yeah. But that's essentially everything to talk about. So I think we can move on to our next show, which is Akane-Banashi, episode 12. This is a killer pass, kinda, sorta.
Kinda, even though it's the last episode.
Yeah.
But I guess because they announced the season 2, maybe we can decide if we want to watch season 2.
Sure. That'll work.
There you go. There's the stakes involved for you Killer Pass fans out there.
Yeah. So how are we feeling about this episode? Yeah.
I thought this was a really good, really solid way to end it. And I honestly didn't know there was going to be a season 2 when I saw it. So I said to myself, if they decide to end it here and they want you to be a manga only after this, because first of all, I hate when shows do that, where it's like, did you like this show? Read the manga. And then you essentially just have to do that to see how it ends. I feel like anime's definitely going further away from that. I feel like everything gets adapted now to its completion, which never used to be the case.
Yeah.
But anyway, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I didn't know she was going to graduate high school this soon. Like, that was one of the big things that when I saw it, I was like, we're already done with high school?
Yeah.
You mean she's going to be in the world of adults? Well, what?
Yeah, I thought the same thing when I first read it. But then I really thought about it and I went, well, it's not like they ever focused on her school life. Like, we got to teach her that one time, but her school life was never important. In fact, yeah, most of the story is taking place with her performances in the Rakugo world as if she's already a Rakugoka. So like her being an adult and going into that world is the natural step because it's not like we're looking forward to a school festival or a field trip or something like that in the school.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, I like that direction. Just it's really surprising too because it's a shonen series, and shonen series typically, when there is a school setting, they are going to stay there unless they're forced out of there. The only exception I think about in that regard is Jujutsu Kaisen. They really didn't utilize that setting, and honestly, they should have. Jujutsu Kaisen should have used that setting more.
Yeah.
But yeah, Akane graduates and she starts her Zenza training formally, and that's going to be like 6 months or something like that. But yeah, she's essentially in the Rakugo world for real. You know, all this stuff was just a precursor into her journey to become a Shinuchi and prove Isho wrong about her father.
Speaking of that, one of the funniest things that happened was at the very beginning where her friend was like, I thought you were going to give him what for? Oh, bang, you just see just the image in his mind of what she was going to do to Isho. This is for my dad. And I love the comparison to the ones that Isho would be where it was like Goku punching Piccolo and the tournament, and whatnot. I was like, I wonder if it was paying homage to that. But we've seen that a lot in animes too, where they just do a quick punch like that. But Dragon Ball is definitely famous for those. But yeah, I thought that was just really funny because I almost kind of feel like, in a way, that was kind of poking fun, but not in like a mean-spirited way, to the shonen genre. You know what I mean? Because traditionally, that's kind of what would have happened, honestly. You know, if this wasn't in the real world setting and it wasn't just focused on Rakugo, and if this was something like fighting, that's what we would have saw. And it's just kind of like a nod to it, like saying this is still a shonen, even though it's not the traditional kind.
Yeah, for sure. A part I really liked in this episode was Akane talking to her friends, because as she's ushering into adulthood, I don't want to jump here, but Akane gets a lot of attention because of everybody, because of her performance being put on the news and whatnot, and everybody flocking to her. But her friends essentially, look at her becoming almost kind of like a little star as a Rakugoka, and they're determined to chase their own aspirations. Like, one of her friends wants to be a hairdresser, I believe. She wants to get into cosmetology, and the other friend wants to get into art. And I really like that scene of the friends just saying, you motivated me, I'm going to take what I'm doing serious and go for it. One of the friends wanted to go to a trade school, the other friend wanted to go to university. I thought that was just like, just a way of showing the different routes that people take, in their friendship, because a lot of the times what you'll get is the friends always trying to stay on the same path as much as they can. But here they're kind of just like, no, I'm going to do my own thing, and that'll be that. But you motivated me to get to this place, and I just like that.
Yeah. Almost in a way, just very realistic because I don't know many people that would be wanting to do the exact same thing.
Mhm.
Like, I want to be a Rokogo as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very niche as it already is anyway. But yeah, no, it's more of a. I agree. It's an inspiring kind of thing where it's essentially just like, you inspired me, Akane. I want to do what I want to do now. And also, in a high school setting, how many times have we seen people literally days away from graduation? I don't know what I want to do.
Mhm.
I don't know what I want to do. It's always just a tired cliche of just, I don't know what I want. But they knew right away what they wanted. I want to be a hairdresser. I want to be an artist. I want to do this. You inspired me. I don't know. Just that's always just nice and reassuring just to see where, don't beat around the bush. Just go for it. Kind of like the goals, or not the goal, but the message of this series as a whole.
Yeah, we even saw something with Jumbo too, where it seems like he wanted to go further with judo because he talked about how he ended up losing in the semifinals when he tried to, when he was competing. So he still wants to pursue that. So yeah, Akane's friends are all striving for their own dreams and whatnot. And even though these characters aren't anything to write home about in terms of like the focus that they get, it still is nice that we do get some depth for these characters, to aspire to do something with their lives, because it feels like it just makes them feel more real, and it also shows you the impact of Akane having success, because I do think success can be contagious in a way.
Yeah. No, it can.
Yeah. So I think this was a good domino effect of the big performance that she had at the Karaku Cup.
Morgan said we want Slime season 2 back on the docket.
What the
You talking about Slime Daddy? I don't know what they're
talking
talking
about music.
Music?
You got to learn how to ignore some of these people. Yeah. Sometimes they just say random shit just to get you to talk.
I can't help it. I'm sorry. I have some. Morgan, I'm sorry. I don't speak music apparently, but speaking, I guess, of just the whole Rokogo performance, freaking. I just love how just overnight Akane just became like an overnight celebrity. This guy, who is he? Like the principal or something? Where he was just like, we're so proud of you. You did so great. We're gonna do something for you. And she's just like, what do you mean by that? And then she sees the sign. Oh, that's what you meant.
It sounded like he was bullshitting too, because he looked at the performance. It seemed like he wasn't paying attention to it too much. And he was like, well, this is probably great for the school to have somebody who's like a popular Rakugo be like our alumni in his high school. So I'm gonna just hype her up to, he has a big banner that he has outside of the school. It just felt like he was trying to leech off the popularity of her, which I mean, schools do that. They're going to.
Oh yeah.
They're going to, like, if you have like some popular person or a famous person, they're going to be like, hey, this is a school that this person went to, because it gives them more prestige.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. ASU will forever be known as when it comes to college basketball, the school for James Harden. I mean, they have I think they have a statue for him.
Yeah.
Right outside. So that's always going to be a thing. And when it comes to U of A, their famous person, not basketball, but football, is Nick Foles from the Philadelphia Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. And it's just like, yeah, I agree. They're always going to just latch onto those things no matter what. And poor Akane, she just became a celebrity. Everybody just kind of like rushed her and was like, oh my God, you're so cool. Can I have your autograph? Can I have this? And I don't know. I think her reaction is very genuine, because not to say she's super shy or anything, but she's definitely one of those where maybe she kind of keeps to herself and is reserved, and it's just like, no, I'm not going to give you an autograph. Leave me alone. And then she just kind of runs away.
Yeah, she's definitely not ready for the attention yet because she's not really. I don't think she's fully taken in what it means to be a Shinichi. Not that she is one now, of course, but like with that, we see it with Isho, for example. Like when he walks into a room, everybody's turning to him. Everybody wants to know his opinion. They're hanging on his every word. As she climbs up in this industry, more attention is going to be on her. And right now she's in her infancy in it, being a Zenza. So she's not ready for all the attention and acclaim that you get. And sometimes people just don't respond to praise the greatest in the most graceful way. And two, let's face it, the people who are flocking to her and trying to get autographs and all this stuff, they don't actually care about Rakugo. They just are following the hype of her and, trying to capitalize on it.
Right. It's a famous person. They went to their same school. They can take their picture and they can say, hey, I went to school with this person, if ever they blow up really big or whatever. So that's essentially all it is. Also, I was right. Morgan is talking about the reincarnated slime thing. And I told him it's not coming back.
Season 2?
I was going to say, are we on like season 5 now?
I don't know.
Like, I feel like there's a lot, but all right, Morgan, it's not coming back. We dropped it a long time ago.
Happy to disappoint you.
And that's where it's going to stay. Can we talk about the League of Legends? Or I said it wrong.
The League of Villains.
The League of Villains.
Yeah.
That is the Federation of Rococo. Because I saw that and I'm like, that played out like a villain scene where, especially when it got to the dude with the square head, I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's the definition of a villain. That's a shonen antagonist if I've ever seen one.
He's like the Brainiac, something like that.
Yeah, the Martian. But it's very interesting. I essentially what it seems like is they're just kind of like not wanting to know, but they're essentially, so there are things to discuss and I am the leader and you guys are my followers and Shiguma is a part of that federation. That's what we do know.
Yeah, they're looking very evil and whatnot. Just a way to introduce some of the other top Rakugokas in the world, because it's like we already saw the people that are like Shirashi and Hikaru. We already seen people like that, people who are kind of poised to be the rivals for Akane, her peers. But now we're going to see other characters who Akane has to aspire to jump over if she wants to reach a new step, because we see some Shinichis. We also see some god damn it, I always forget the role names. Sume's. So it's like eventually these are going to be her peers. Like she's going to have to gain their respect and whatnot, and battle these guys as well, if she wants to move higher in this world. So yeah, she's gonna have to take on Squarehead. Just gonna headbutt her. I know, only thing he'll do is be like, you will not pass. And she'll just go, ah! I mean, if she could do what Jumbo thinks Akane can do in her imagination, she might be good. Yeah. I mean, beating up an old man is one thing, but beating up a guy with a square head,
that's built like a fucking ramrod. Yeah, she could do it.
The pretty much the last episode, or the last part of the episode was Akane having the celebration at the end where actually
Yeah.
before that, Akane asked Kyoji to teach her how to play the taiko and how to dance, and it's really funny how predictable Akane is because her seniors already told Kyoji that what Akane was going to do, because she's like very, when she's lacking something, she'll always try to cover up that hole, you know. Like if you tell her, if you tell Akane she's bad at math, for the next week she's going to study and try to get better at math. Like she's very predictable in that sense. She's like a sponge. She's always trying to learn how to be better and whatnot. So she asked that of Kyoji, and it's like, sure. And you know, he teaches her it, and he's talking to her about how she feels about the Karaku tournament, and Akane isn't satisfied. She actually realizes that although she, you know, looked great beating up on the amateur Rakugokas, she didn't really impress Isho, and that's getting to her. So she's still striving for more. Basically, she didn't let her success get to her head, because Kyoji was very worried about having to like temper her ego, but Akane's fine. Like she already understands that there's a bigger picture to be had. Like she had her momentary success, but there's still more to achieve.
Yeah. I like the explanation of the drum itself, because I learned something new and I didn't even know that. Essentially, the drumming is welcoming everybody in and trying to garner their attention, and forget exactly how they said it, but basically it's getting the people ready, so to speak. And I have definitely heard that drum in many, many anime over the years, and I had no idea that's what it meant. And that definitely is a lot more fitting, especially when I think back to those and I go, that makes a lot more sense now. And I just thought that was cool. And I liked how it showed, you know, how he was doing it, showing her. And then at the end when she was doing it, and you could even tell just by listening to it, she's still rusty at it, but hasn't perfected it yet, which leads into the whole training arc, so to speak. And I just thought that was perfect.
Yeah, because it was a great lead in to her ushering her into the Zenza position as a Rakugoka, and also just adulthood, because you know, now essentially the training wheels are off. You know, now she's in a position where she's getting a stage name, and she's going to actually make a name for herself. Which, yeah, that was the other big part of everything. Shiguma this episode was, you know, walking around with the ice cream, just looking at the world and thinking about what Akane's stage name is going to be. And at the end, he decides to just give her the stage name of Akane Arakawa, which, you know, Akane was begging to basically retain her name because she wants to be worthy of being bestowed a name by Shiguma when she becomes a Shinuchi. But he essentially lets her keep the name, and I think that's very symbolic, because it's like she can now do what her father Toru was supposed to do. You know, because he carried the Arakawa name as well. Like he carried his name, and actually no, his stage name was, let me see, do I have it right here? Shinta. It was Shinta. But I think it's symbolic, because it's like Akane was the name that was given to her by her dad, so it's like in a way the Akane name is carrying on the will of Toru. So, yeah.
Yeah, real touching, real sweet. And it goes again into the how predictable she is, because even her master knew what she wanted.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you notice too that whole scene of her entering, doing the thing, and just the pleading and him getting up? Like, that animation was so well done. Like, I was like, this studio is going hard on this series. Like, you know, her looking through the light, and you just see just the, I don't know, like just the little details, and then just her pleading and begging, and then just moving.
Like,
and
you're
he's
moving
just
with
walking.
him.
Yeah, I was like, this is really well animated. They did a really good job.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a nice ending. Didn't know there was going to be a season 2 until I think just yesterday. No, today. It was today, not yesterday. I watched it yesterday. But now, if we continue this, we're essentially going to see the Zenza training and see where it goes from there. I'm assuming more Rokogo, more characters, and more, not shenanigans. This show doesn't have shenanigans, but just more proving that her Rokogo is the best.
Yeah. And probably more, humbling experiences, because
That too.
She has been working as an apprentice, but it's not like she knows the ins and outs of every single level, so because she's always learned something from everybody, that's a part of her school. So yeah, she'll most likely come into it with high expectations and get humbled and learn from it, and just add that to a part of her arsenal, as she usually does. But yes, this was a very, very good episode, and I, for one, am going to pass it.
Yeah, this has been a good series. I've been enjoying it. It's funny because, like, I kind of went into it knowing what Rokogo was because of the previous series that I watched beforehand. But this is definitely a unique take on the shonen. It's enjoyable. I think the characters are great. I never would have thought of the leg stuff until C had to bring it up when it came to what people were saying, because I honestly didn't know. Then again, I don't really pay attention to comments because I feel like I'm afraid half the time of what people will say. But enjoy this. I'm going to pass it. I'm looking forward to season 2, in which I can pretty much guarantee we're going to be watching it here on KOA.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let me put the pass screen on. And boom.
You pass this time.
All right. Midnight in the chat says, the only rival a person needs is themselves. You from yesterday. Shout out Goku. And Morgan says, it's on season 5, but you all dropped it season 1, and no worries. I'm used to being disappointed. Salute.
So it has been 5 seasons. Holy shit. Dodge that bullet.
Yeah. Our last show tonight is Witch Hat Atelier, episode 13, and man, oh man, oh man, this was a big cliffhanger. I knew it was going to end on a cliffhanger. I just didn't know where exactly they were going to end it. I had an idea, but I still was wrong in my head.
Now this is a cliffhanger as opposed to the Dan one.
Mm-hmm.
This one is like a holy shit. kind of cliffhanger. Can I give a shout out to the guy who voiced the fucking brim hat? I think that was like, he gave it 110%. Like, he was just, I don't even know how you could compare it to, but it definitely sounded like something from Lord of the Rings. Like if it was some, like goblin or orc or whatever. He's essentially talking like this, and the crisis in the Force mate. I really thought he was just giving it their all, and whoever did that, congrats, because I was every time he was talking, I was just like, I want to know more what this guy is saying. Because he's a good villain is always good when you got a great performance, and I thought that one was really good. So shout out to them. I wanted to get that right off my chest.
Yeah, isn't it crazy we still don't have a name for any of these villains?
No, just the brim hats.
Yeah. We just got to describe them like, hey, invisible guy. Hey, main guy.
main guy with the eye circle mask, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a crazy time when you get to Coco. Yeah, but this brim hats go ahead and take poor old Allura. I don't know where she went, but her hat was left, and it all looked like sunshine and rainbows when it came to Keyfree and the girls. They were just like, hee hee, oh, this is so fun. And then Keyfree's just like, shit.
Yeah.
I don't think this is good, because anytime a witch loses their hat, it means something happened. And as soon as he said that, boom, giant rock snake comes out and just starts tearing shit up. And then, they start falling. Keyfree protects the girls and gets a fucking rock to the backs. It looked painful as hell. And then they just fall forever. And then that's kind of the last time we saw them until the very end.
Yeah.
Like, God.
Yeah.
What's going to happen now? No test can ever be done in this series without something happening.
Oh, that's just too much. Yeah, then we're with Riche and friends, and they decide to freeze the path forward as like they're running away from this brim hat guy. So they freeze the path forward. And then like super creative.
I like as they're running away, how that poor uni kid was just like, oh, it's impossible, we can't do it. And Riche still gave a glare, just like piss off this. What did we just discuss the last episode? You can do anything.
Yeah.
I'll almost kind of throw it back in his face.
Yeah. They have a very great dynamic. But yeah, they go ahead using the freezing the path, and they with Riche's spell, which basically uses her ribbons and like handles, and they slide across. And as they're going, Riche starts to realize like, oh, I'm kind of screwed because I only have the spells that I'm interested in to help us in this situation. And that's when Ueni like offers his quill book to her, and surprisingly she accepts it. But then
I don't like being told what to do. But because we're about to fucking die, I'll take it.
But a god realizes what they're after, because she knows like this all kind of came to shit when Coco got here, so they're probably after Coco, because every time it centers around her. So she's like, she comes up with a plan and shouts to him. Coco has already been taken by the Knights Morales. She's had her memories wiped. She's a normal girl. She's not with this Atelier anymore. Leave us alone. And he's just like, you think I'm gonna believe that bullshit?
You think I was born yesterday? I'm going to rip your fucking teeth out.
Yeah. And he tries to give her a gang tattoo because the brim hats do is they put a seal on their body, probably to kind of like maim them in a sense. To
even if they leave, they'll always remember that where they were.
Well, that and always, so they'll always have like a mark of forbidden magic on them, so they can never go back to the witch society. Like basically essentially, just brand them and make them forever. Even if they're not brim hats, they'll always be outcasts of society, because if they have forbidden magic anywhere on their body or some transformation or anything, because that's seemingly what we keep getting with these guys, some type of transformation magic on them or something. Because the main guy has like this bad blood, and we don't know if that's a part of magic or what. And this guy is like, apparently he's not even invisible. He said he discarded his flesh or something. I don't know what the fuck that means.
He's just air.
Yeah. So they were trying to do something of the sort to a god. But Riche and Uini end up freeing her, and oh boy, that's when it really goes to shit. What is good?
Oh my god. Hey Ellie, how you doing? But yeah, that poor boy, Uni. Because Agak gets freed. It was a clever planning, because Uni used his invisibility cloak and ability to stay in the dark, did the magic, broke it down. Riche did her thing to help him kind of like rope down there, so to speak, using her magic. And then, I almost had a feeling that it was going to get it was too good to be true, because Uni was starting to get hope.
Mm-hmm.
And when anybody gets any kind of hope, that's when they sweep the legs out from under you. And boy, did they ever sweep the legs out from Uni. Poor Uni. He got taken, he got forbidden magic placed onto him, and he got Full Metal Alchemist.
Pretty much. They turned him into a big ass wolf.
I almost thought it was going to be like a werewolf type of thing, but yeah, I guess he's just forever a wolf. And I felt so bad because he was just like, help me. And then you're like, help me.
Yeah.
Edward. And then essentially, yeah, it just turned into that. And I was just like, oh. I definitely wasn't expecting that. Like, I mean, I know the series definitely kind of had some moments where you're just like kind of messed up when you think about it, like how Kiefer made an old man forget his memory, just like nothing. We just kind of like la la la, like nothing bad ever happened, even though it did. But then this thing happened, and I was like, oh damn, how are they gonna get him back? Because they use forbidden magic, and I'm sure he's either gonna stay like that forever, or they're gonna change him back somehow. But it's probably not gonna be easy. But I was like, poor kid. Poor kid. He didn't deserve that.
Yeah. Heart-wrenching, because this is his like third time taking this test. He's thinking in his mind, when things were going well, he's thinking like, I'm proving my master wrong, because my master has always belittled me, telling me that I'm lesser than, and never instilling the confidence in me that I need. And he started to gain it with Riche and even the God's help. And pretty much at the climax of that, it's all just coming to a crash, because this guy,
It's all for naught.
yeah, turns him into this wolf, and he pretty much is so fucked up. It's just like his whole job is to infect these innocent kids, where he's like, oh, if you want to turn your friend back, use forbidden magic. After all, magic is used for all types of creative possibilities. It's kind of like when Coco thinks of magic and all the possibilities and wonders that it can do. It's like so bright and positive, but he's saying it in a way of it being like dark and grimy and vile and taboo in a way where it's like, oh, you can do magic to do anything. So if you want to, you can save your friend, but just going to have to use forbidden magic for it. So
I almost feel like that's why they like Coco a little too much. It's because of the fact that she is so open to just how wonderful magic can be. But you just don't think to yourself, it's like, oh yeah, you can do anything with magic. No one ever said anything about doing anything with forbidden magic. It's supposed to be like magic that's good and not bad, but she did kind of like screw that up when she did the whole sand lake or river thing. And they definitely want her for evil deeds, obviously. But pretty messed up. Felt bad. I love how Agat was literally like, we still have a test to complete. Did you not see what happened to Yuri? Fuck your test. But at the same time, I get it. I understand, because she did lay it out there and say why, we still have to kind of like do this and maybe possibly get help. But, that's what Richie could do, because Agat was the one that said, Richie, you don't have all the magic. I do. And that made her upset. She was just like, what? But it's, and sorry, I'm right. And she's just like, yeah. Fine.
It's like two fronts where Riche has to accept that her line of thinking up to this point may not have been correct, because it really shackled her in this situation, not learning these spells and being limited in what she can do because of her stubbornness. But it also shows like significant growth for a god, because not only did she take on what we think is the harder task, but also, for all she knows, this is going to set her back when it comes to her growth as a witch. Like, for all she knows, Kefri is still out there and the test is still on. So she could be abandoning the test to essentially save this guy who she does not know. So I thought this was like a good direction for Agat's character, because like her whole thing has been wanting to grow up fast and like maybe prove her family wrong, but now she's kind of like taking a step back from that and going in a different direction and just trying to elevate and promote herself.
I'm happy for Agat. For a character that was very standoffish at the beginning, she's definitely becoming one of my more favorite ones. She's definitely growing on me for sure. And Riche, when it comes to her learning about her weaknesses and whatnot, maybe it just goes to show how not mature she is. I think it comes down to, she's like, I don't like parents telling me or adults telling me what to do. And it's like, what kid doesn't? You know what I mean? But sometimes, and I think I may have even brought this up a few episodes back, but not adults telling you what to do, essentially it's not a bad thing. Maybe they're telling you to do it because of life experience, because maybe it'll be something that may pique your interest, or at the end of the day, it'll save your life, And I think that's what it kind of comes down to.
Yeah. I think the issue with her is she's had the wrong people to tell her to do, because
for sure,
for her, listening to an adult was basically taking her off of the path that she felt she should be walking. It was detrimental to her, But then you have somebody like Keyfree, and it's like Keyfree's probably, he may be a scumbag sometimes, but he's probably telling you the right thing. He's probably trying to help you because he does care about his Atelier. He cares about these girls, but she's just so like stuck in her ways that she is very hesitant to listen to him. To her credit,
Makes
though,
sense.
she recognizes that Keyfree is looking out for her best interest because, I mean, she didn't want to take this test at all, but she goes through with it because, despite what she says, she does trust Keyfree. So
Yeah.
she's working on herself in her own way, one step at a time. But yeah, we'll see what are the results of her potentially passing this test and what's going to happen with Uini. But
Yeah, poor kid.
the last scene we see,
Yeah, the last scene. Holy cow.
yeah, yeah, it was the reason why Keyfree told us that story. If you weren't paying attention, then you probably paying attention now.
Yeah. Keyfree, well, they fall all the way down to the bottom of this abyss. Brush Buddy wakes up Coco. Coco wakes up everybody else. You know, they see where they're at. They're like, oh shit, there's golden people down here. The golden people of Ramanon. You
Yeah, right the first time.
Okay, but they were coming out. They're like, "Oh, it's a witch. We're going to get this motherfucker. Let's get him." And a really well animated scene where Kiefer's just like, he gets up slow, looks like a fucking badass. You know, he's just like, "Stay next to me, girls," and then shining bright and just bright white, and then it ends, and I'm just like, no, why did it have to end there?
Yeah.
Damn it!
I mean, it was
I want more.
It was a good cliffhanger. I thought that it was going to end with Uini turning into the wolf. That's where I thought the cliffhanger was going to be at, and I was like, man, that would be really traumatic, but I don't know if that's. I feel like that's too heart-wrenching to be a cliffhanger.
Right.
But this was a good spot to do it too, I feel, because it's kind of like everybody is in this predicament that we don't know what's going to be the result of. Like, a god is going after Uini. We don't know what happened with Ilaria. Riche is going off on her own, and now we have Tetia, Coco, and Keyfree going against these golden people, which is kind of like, in a way, the witches paying for their original sins of, you know, of the hubris of being elitist and turning these guys into gold and whatnot. So, yeah, I thought this was a great ending for the show.
Yeah. Nice cliffhanger. Definitely made me want more. If this was in front of a live audience, you'd hear a collective groan, just, oh man.
Yeah.
But they'd be a fool not to announce a second part or season 2 or whatever this is going to be, because I feel like this show's just really well done. And the animation alone just is a testament to just how good it is. I was blown away with the animation in this particular episode for sure, especially after Uni transforms into the wolf, and then you just see this black and white fucking like thing transmit and whatever. I'm like, that's cool.
This is your really punishment neat for using blackface.
Oh
no. So you like to use blackface, do you? Well, now you will pay for your transgressions.
Oh, he's actually a good guy.
I didn't know.
He's actually doing the good things. Brim hats, are they the villains? No, but good stuff. Like I said, they should be announcing something. It's probably gonna be another year before we see this continue.
Yeah.
If they're gonna keep the same quality of animation.
Yeah.
So, but happy for that studio. I'm
Absolutely.
glad they're taking their time with stuff because I always knew they had potential.
Yeah. Yeah,
They just needed the time to do it.
that first episode of Zone 100 was really good. It's just it couldn't maintain the quality and the scheduling issues, and then them having to outsource the Shaft. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But
yep. But that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I thought this was a fantastic episode. I hope they continue because I think this is a great series.
I'd be sad if they didn't continue. Like, if that was all the anime wrote and it ended like that, I'd be so upset. They can't end it on a cliffhanger like that.
Yeah.
But I have seen cliffhangers aplenty in the past, so it wouldn't be any different. But again, modern anime they usually continue it, so
yeah. Well,
no questions. I double checked.
Yeah. There are no viewer questions. So that is the last segment of the podcast. I want to give a thanks to everybody who watched us today and anybody who is watching us on the VOD. Please leave a like, comment what you thought about our thoughts on these shows or just your thoughts on these episodes that we watched. We will let you guys know in a concentrated video what we will be watching for the next season. We're going to the summer season, right? Yeah,
that's
summer
correct.
Season.
I mean, we still got some few episodes left for like a couple shows now, but those podcasts will be really short.
Yeah, we have Daemons, we have Marriagetoxin still, but yeah, well, we will let you guys know what we will be watching for the summer season. You guys will be informed, and if you want to watch along with us, you can pick those shows up too.
Yeah,
but as EA has posted, we have our Patreon in the chat. It is $1 fucking dollar. One.
Only one.
Yeah. So I think you got $1 laying around. Check your couch cushions. Check under your fridge. Check it in the seats of your car.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Check in your bed, under your bed.
Belly button.
You'll find it.
It's somewhere.
Belly button behind your ear. That's usually where they are.
Yeah. It's somewhere. Chip in $1. Don't worry about it. Whole backlog that you can go through. Yeah, have a good time with that. Yeah, $1 a month. We not asking for much. Come on. Some people ask for like your whole like a soul. We're asking for $1.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. No souls this time.
Yeah.
Just $1.
Yeah, that's if we get the big upgrades that we're looking for. But for now, $1. Chip in now. It's like startup company type of thing. Chip in now, you'll get big returns later.
You'll be grandfathered into the legacy membership.
Yeah, for sure. Will we lie to you?
No. We are the king of anime podcasts.
Yeah,
not the king of misogyny or king of liars.
Yeah, king of honesty podcast.
Yes, KOH.
Yeah. But yes. We hope to see you guys next season, summer season, where we won't have a whole new lineup, but we will have some new faces, some new characters in the lineup. So yeah, you guys have a good night, morning, afternoon, wherever you may be in the world while you're watching and when you watch this. Peace and love from the KOA podcast. I'm Sasuke Savage. That's everything animated. And we are out.